Hey pilots, this is Jenny again, your Director of Career Services. As a reminder, we serve our student and alumni community with comprehensive career and professional development support, and we are located on the first floor of the Knoll Memorial Library. If you can't stop by, you can also reach us at career@lsus.edu. Today, I'm very excited to introduce you to an alum of LSUS. Yay, she represents an organization that regularly recruits with us. They are at every career fair in recent memory that I can think of. And they are also registered for our upcoming virtual event, Career Connections, which is slated to take place on April 21st, next week, if anyone is keeping score, so that you can get to know Republic Finance better. I have a bunch of questions that I'm going to ask our guest, and she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, what the company does, the great opportunities that they're offering, all kinds of fun things. Okay, so first, Caroline, please tell us your full name, your position at Republic Finance, and then what you studied while you were at LSUS.
My name is Caroline Crouch. I am the current branch manager at our Shreveport location for Republic Finance. My degree, I studied general studies, which is funny that I work in finance now, but my concentration was in social science, which really helps me in this field understand a little bit more where people are coming from. So really just learned everything from just starting with the company to now.
Amazing. I love your story because I think it speaks to a lot of experiences that I've seen as somebody who works in career services and what a lot of our students will eventually experience when they get into the world of work. There isn't necessarily a straight line from major to career field. And I think that you'll probably speak to this as I continue asking you questions, Caroline. You're doing great in your career and you're happy. So that's a good thing too.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk more. We're going to start like big picture wise. So tell us first about Republic Finance. Who do you serve? What do you guys do? Give us the too long didn't read version.
So we are consumer finance. So we do personal loans, anywhere from small loans to auto loans. We do a lot of consolidation. So a lot of people get kind of stuck and they have all these finance companies, and we specifically want to cater to those people. We want to make sure that they are going to be debt free. They want to have financial freedom to do whatever they want to do, with their disposable income, right? We also service customers that might not have the best credit scores, just like fixed income customers too, and may not have the best income. Self-employed people, it's a little bit easier to get approved with us through, maybe a bank, as well as we do kind of credit counseling as well. So we do want to make sure that our customers understand that they can come to us for anything, even if it might not just be money, but we are able to get them on track if they get, kind of behind, especially with the pandemic. It's been really difficult for people that have lost their jobs. So we've actually helped a lot of people save a lot of money over the last year or so. So, we want to continue to do that and just make sure that our customers understand that they can come to us for literally anything, and we will do our very best to help them in a short term. So we don't do a lot of long-term loans, but we want to just, maybe help them out if they don't have a savings account or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's really cool that you found a way to help folks out during the pandemic too, which has been really challenging for a lot of us. Let's zoom in a little closer now. We know now about Republic Finance, big picture, what you all do. Let's get more specific and talk about the roles for which you are recruiting at our upcoming event, Career Connection. So in other words, what are the great opportunities that you are offering to our students?
Yes. So a fun fact, I actually learned about Republic Finance at an LSUS career fair. One of my friends worked here. She was an assistant manager. And like I said, my degree is not in finance. So she reached out to me, and then I met one of the regional vice presidents, and I really was interested. So I just applied. So really what we're looking for is assistant branch managers. We have what's called a RAMP program, and it is an 18 to 24 month program. And it's pretty much just rapid manager training. Me personally, I got promoted right at 24 months. I probably could have gotten promoted a little bit sooner, but I wanted to kind of weigh my options. But the great thing about Republic Finance is you have total control over your career. You can go anywhere you want. We're not going to be like, oh, you have to move to Texas. You have control. When you're ready to start applying, we give you everything you need to succeed. And that's what's really great about our company, because I've never felt like they just threw me out there. I was always trained. I was always taught, to reach for the stars, really. I mean, I'm very young. I'm one of the youngest managers that we have, but really, I mean, if you work hard, you will be successful. So really, the assistant branch manager program is what we are looking for when we're going to the career fairs. We do also have consumer loan specialist positions open as well. The AM position, you do need to have a bachelor's degree. So that's kind of where we're at with LSUS, but we do have other options available if that's not something that, you would be interested in.
That's great. And it sounds like folks can really hit the ground running with your company. And I love how you talked about how you feel taken care of all throughout your career so far with the organization, and that you're the youngest branch manager. Go, Carol.
One of them, yes. And I manage the biggest branch in the whole company. So yeah, so it's a dream job, really. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing, and you control that. I wanted it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for it, and I had all the tools. So here we are.
Heck yeah, that's amazing. Good for you. So let's talk about how folks can follow in your footsteps. What are you looking for in candidates? Now, we know that you had all the qualities. So talk about like what you brought to the table, but also what you're looking for when you're recruiting assistant branch managers.
So obviously I'm very energetic, if you couldn't tell already. I am looking for team members to kind of match my energy. The main thing that I am looking for my team is highly motivated people, because we are in the biggest branch, and sometimes it gets rough because we have the biggest goals, and like I said, with the pandemic, it's been kind of crazy, but I'm just looking for people that are able to think fast on their feet and just kind of like really want to succeed. I mean, like I said, you got to motivate yourself, which I motivate you a lot. I have a very big coaching environment, and I want team members. Really, I want people that are going to work with me, not against me, and really just want to be successful. That's, if you don't know anything, I can teach you. That's kind of where I want to be. If you have the attitude, I got the tools. So that's really, really what I'm looking for is, just people that want to be successful and grow. And, I can help you do that. So
great. And I didn't hear any specific majors. So I'm imagining, since you were a general studies program, this cuts across anybody who's ambitious and wants to learn from you. Any major,
as long as you have a bachelor's degree. That's literally the only requirement that you have. I think two of my AMs, one of my AM was a HR major, and the other one, I think he studied like science. So it's just, we kind of don't really dwell on that. Honestly, I just think college experience in general helps a lot. Don't worry if you're not a finance major, because you will learn everything that you need to know about.
Yeah, that's right. And like you've already said, you felt taken care of, you've got the tools. So if you are an ambitious student, listeners, you really should talk to Republic Finance, because they'll usher you through, and you've got a really enthusiastic coach on your side too, it sounds like. Now, I know that you're looking for folks who are just about to graduate for those assistant branch manager positions. So what about the younger students, like the first year students and the sophomores and the juniors? Why might it be valuable for them to pop into your info sessions, even if they're not currently actively looking for a full-time job?
So we do offer part-time positions for college students. A lot of our offices in Ruston and West Monroe, they usually have a bigger program with this, because obviously those are bigger college towns. However, we are not opposed. We actually have 3 locations here. We have our branch on Piermont Road, we have a branch on North Market, and we also have a branch on East Texas in Bossier. So we have lots of opportunity. So if there was a student, I was the same way. I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I started going to career fairs as a sophomore, and then quickly realized like there's a lot of opportunities out there. Like I said, with the part-time roles, this is a good stepping stone. I mean, if you wanted to start and you realize, hey, look, I already have my foot in the door, you're just going to move up quicker, honestly and truly, because you already know the field, you know the position, you know the company, and it kind of gives you like a one-up on maybe a new hire. But just if you're curious, hey, I don't know what I wanted to, you meet someone like me who is totally not even studying something remotely close to that. And, it's just good to hear all of your options, really, because I listened to a lot of different people and I was intrigued with this field, but I didn't necessarily see myself doing it. And then I just kind of listened to everyone. And I think everyone should listen to everyone at a career fair. And, like I said, you might change your mind. You might decide, hey, look, this sounds kind of interesting. Let me hop in there and go ahead and maybe start part-time because you do get paid for that. It's not, you could only work 2 or 3 days a week, just kind of learning the field, learning, what we do and who we service. So I think it's a great opportunity for any person to really reach out and, we could work with them as well and develop their, career or anything like that, anything they would want to do, really.
Yeah. So I heard a couple of things in what you shared, Caroline. Amazing that you started going as a sophomore. I would imagine that when you went back in subsequent years, there were some recruiters that remembered you.
Yes.
Yes. See, and that's why I think it's really great to go early on so that you can make those connections as you're kind of figuring things out. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, yes, that happened to me. I went to BIPSI's career fairs and LSUS, excuse me. And I actually recruited for BIPSI whenever I went there, but that's kind of how I knew people. And that's why I knew how great career fairs were. And I actually met a few people when I applied for Republic Finance that were trying to get me to go to their company. So, I just chose this company because I liked the people.
That's right. So another thing that you mentioned was just be open to learning from everybody. Take advantage of that, because how many other times are there going to be like 40 companies wanting to talk to you on a campus, right? I also get the sense from what you've shared and your enthusiasm for the company that you just really jived with the people that you met, and you wouldn't have known that had you not attended the career fair.
Yes, absolutely. The career fair that I attended, the previous regional vice president, he was very, he had brought somebody there that was very similar to my personality type. So of course I clicked with them, but then as I interviewed, I met all of the people and I really liked them. Everyone was different and diverse. And I really loved that about the company, and everyone I met, they were like, yeah, we started here too. And so it was just cool to see where everyone came from, even at career fairs, to managers, regional vice president, senior vice president, and so on. So it was just cool to see that and meet them.
Yeah. And to connect with them on that personal level. That's great.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So assistant branch manager, you're going to be there at the career fair. We've learned about the company. Sounds like you have hired a lot of people over the course of your career. So what I want to close our conversation with is any tips that you might want to offer to people who maybe they're hesitant to go to Career Connections and they just want to feel at their best when they perhaps talk to you. So
really, it's funny that you say that. I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, but the main thing is you want to make a good impression on people. So you want to feel good, even if you're nervous. And I find that whenever when I try harder to look my best, I feel better. I feel more confident. And I think that's like the number one thing that people struggle with in interviews and even in Zoom interviews and career fairs is they're uncomfortable and they're nervous. And it's like, this is your life. So I get that. But you got to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Make yourself feel good by doing something that you like. I know sometimes before I interview people, I just kind of like take a deep breath and just relax. So, I think that is really important. And I also think that you should, even if, it's for 5 minutes, just hop on and see what's going on in the community and really in the college world, in the career world, especially with the last few years, we don't know what the future is going to look like, right? So my tip to you would be get comfortable with Zoom, get comfortable with and not face to face. And honestly and truly, I think it makes it a little bit easier when you're not in person, but still look good, still feel good, still, make sure you are having those interactions with people. And hopefully we can be face to face again. I know that it's a lot more fun, I should say, to go to a career fair and meet people and shake their hand, but people are going to remember you if you are energetic and you present yourself well. So that would be my number one tip, is just to feel good, look good, be yourself.
I agree. It's funny that you say get used to Zoom and sometimes it feels a little bit easier. I would say yes, because you can have notes in front of you and hide them from the camera and no one knows that they're there. I appreciate that very much about Zoom. But you're right, the energy of those in-person events is unbeatable. And like you, I hope that we are able to do that for the fall. Okay, so Caroline, you have offered us great information and great tips about how to feel confident and kind of project that through the camera for the virtual event that's coming up. So thank you so much for sharing all of that stuff with us. We're very appreciative that you could speak to your fellow pilots about your company. Okay, thank you for being here. Don't miss your chance, pilots, to talk to Caroline's counterparts from Republic Finance on April 21st at Career Connections. You can register today on Handshake, so don't forget to do that. The event is going to be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on April 21st. So thanks so much again, Caroline.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
Bye.